Tired of the critics getting it wrong.
What is a professional critic?
Just know we are here.
To give you honest opinions.
Not paid ones.
Couple of critics.
Cas and Bell host.
Podcasts and reviews.
Movies and shows. Products and events.
Out today.
Hey.
Hi, everyone.
Hey,
We
what's going
are
on?
a
It's your man
couple of
Cas and
critics.
Bell, and we are
And
a
Bell.
couple,
We are a couple of
critics.
critics.
Oh, we gotta get that down.
Well,
pat.
you're saying Cas and Bell, so I was trying to say my name, Bell. You know.
Oh,
And,
okay.
yeah, it's like you're saying Cas and Bell, like you are Cas and Bell.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let's do it again. Okay. All right. Hey, what's going on? It's a couple of look, I messed up. All right. Hey, what's going on? This is your man Cas,
And Bell.
and we are a
Couple
couple of
of
critics. It's a couple of critics or a couple of critics.
Okay. You know what?
You know, let's just go on.
Let's just go on.
All right. So, what are we viewing today, my love?
So I think we should review our Aquatica.
Oh Lord,
experience.
you want to do that?
So last Wednesday,
Oh, God.
my niece was, came into town to spend some time with us. She's from Palm Beach. So she was here for a week with us. And so we did all these different activities. We went to SeaWorld. We went to Fun Spot. We went to various restaurants. We,
Mhm.
did little explorations around town. We went shopping, went to the mall. So we did all kinds of great stuff. And then we also went to Aquatica.
Aquatica.
So on Wednesday was our Aquatica day.
Hey, I want to say this, okay? Our review of Aquatica is what happened that day, okay?
Mhm.
So I want people to understand that we're just telling you our experience of that day, okay?
Yes.
So I don't want you to feel that what we say is reflective of all of Aquatica.
Mhm.
We're just talking about our
Yes,
experience
for that
that day. I want to make that clear because I want people like, damn, they just bash it Aquatica. But yeah, I want to make that clear of our experience at Aquatica. Because Aquatica, as you know, or you don't know, it's a water park. It's part of the whole Anaheim
SeaWorld.
Busch, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, that Anaheim
Mhm.
Busch family. And Aquatica is their water park and is located here in Orlando, Florida. The reason why a lot of people do go to Aquatica is, as far as a park goes, it's a nice park. It has
Yeah,
water
it's a nice
rides.
park, yeah.
And it's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper than something like a Volcano Bay,
Mhm.
which is, $100 plus to go there. Aquatica is around maybe $50. A lot of
Mhm.
times you get specials and things like that. So it's a cheap alternative. But because it's a cheap alternative, it tends to sometimes, which is one of the days we went, to be an unfavored crowd. But maybe I'll let you talk.
Yeah, well, to be, to kind of delve more. So because, Aquatica, it was our first time, my first time going to Aquatica, my kids' first time going to Aquatica. We've never been before. Because we're Volcano Bay people, because we're
Volcano
season
Bay
holders.
rocks.
Yeah. So for Aquatica was our first experience. So we purchased the dining. We also purchased a cabana there.
We did it
and the cabana
big.
was very,
Reasonable.
much more
Much more
cheaper,
reason than Volcano Bay,
than
yeah.
Volcano Bay, of course. So it was great. So we purchased everything, and the tickets were only $60.
Mhm.
That was, and again, it was very, very cheap. With everything. So anywho, so we got there around 11.
So, okay. So when we got there, I knew some shit was going to go down. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not anti-young people. I'm not anti-black people or anything like that, okay? I'm not
Right.
anti none of that stuff.
Goodness.
But it was a younger crowd, and it was a little bit of a hoodish crowd. You know what I'm saying? By the way
Mhm.
that people were dressed. When you start seeing guys with dreads and golds with swimming trunks, you kind of, that's not the proper gear to go to a water park. Why you got a big old gold chain around your neck? And,
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Not that people can't have dreads. I'm not saying.
Yeah, I was gonna
Well,
say
no, not
dreads?
no.
What?
Dreads is not
Like,
ghetto.
what?
I'm just
What is
saying.
wrong
No,
with
what I'm
you?
saying is, but when you have that look of
Mhm.
the dread guys with the big gold chains and then, swimming trunks, you know what I mean? Or you got the girls all looking like Sexy Red, you know what I mean?
Well, they were getting their they had on the latex type
Yeah,
of swimsuits,
different
and
color
and the
hair,
basically all
hair.
rainbows,
So
all
it was-
rainbow
It,
shops.
it looked very unclassy. Now, don't get me wrong. There's no class to go to a
Yeah,
water
there's no
park.
class there.
But,
Yeah.
No, it's not a fashion show. You just go in there, you swung,
Yeah.
just go, normal, but they look like it was kind of like an activity, like a
Yeah,
hot
it
spot.
looked
You know what I'm saying?
like
Like
it.
the hood
Right,
swim
it looked like
pool
it.
party where everybody
Right,
stands around the
right.
pool, but nobody gets in. But everybody looks,
Yeah,
yeah.
it definitely looked like it was a coordinated event of these young
Well, well, well.
people.
Before you say that, I didn't think it was coordinated. Like we
Mhm.
found out some information, we won't go through it,
Mhm.
but I just thought that because it was cheap,
Mhm.
that a lot of the people was like, "Oh, this is cheap." You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna go there. And
Mhm.
a lot of the young people from the inner cities and stuff like that is going there. So,
Mhm.
so I didn't think it was necessarily how it turned out to be and what it
Right.
was. But I'm like, okay, this is not going to
Mhm.
be. You're gonna have a lot of these young ghetto kids here chilling, and that's fine, and everybody should have a good time. So I'm not against that. I'm from the hood myself, so I know when we get together, we wild out, we have a good time. So I was like, okay, we got a lot of the inner city kids here today. Okay, cool, whatever. So I'm like, all right, hopefully things are cool.
They're
But
not just
the,
the inner city.
but
You're like inner city. You're
well,
getting
well,
that New York,
well, that's the New
that
Yorker.
inner
That's what I'm saying,
city.
a New Yorker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's how I view it.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
so it's like, it's like if you're from New York, like you go to Cody Island. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that you go, you chill. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, it's this type of environment. I wasn't really necessarily
Mhm.
scared of any issues. It's like, okay, we're gonna be in this type of environment today.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. So it's not nothing against
Right,
inner
yeah.
city.
So I
But
mean,
yeah.
but when we got there around 11,
Mhm.
we had to, of course, standing in line, and that was not a great experience because customer service was not that great
Yeah,
to begin
one
with.
one thing I want
It
to
was
point
not.
one thing I want to point out is that SeaWorld has a policy where when you rent a cabana, and this doesn't happen at Volcano Bay or any other place we've been
Yeah,
to, but
Aquatica, not
I'm
SeaWorld.
sorry, Aquatica, that it's up to 4 people, and
Mhm.
everybody afterwards have to pay
Has
thirty
to pay
dollars, and
$30.
that's in little print on the
Tiny
website,
little print.
and we didn't see it. So when we went to customer service and we bought the food package and stuff, the woman saw we had 5 people. She said nothing to us.
Mhm.
And she didn't even mark down. They give you a paper where they mark down. And if she didn't even do
Right.
that,
She
she gave
didn't
us a
even
paper.
do
She
that.
said,
Yep.
go over there.
Mhm.
So then we go over there, and the gentleman's like, how many you have? We like 5. And they're like, oh, sorry, you have to pay for one more. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah, so I'm like, and it wasn't even the extra $30. It
no,
was
no.
more about the principle. It was more about the fact that why wasn't listed
Mhm.
on your website in a most conspicuous manner so that
Yeah.
way we can actually see it,
And the
right? In
gentleman
bold,
that
in
we talked to
large
said
print.
that's been a problem.
Yeah.
And to me, that's an easy
That's
problem to
something that
solve.
you can easily
Exactly. So
fix.
to me, that looks a little bit deceptive. Draw people in and then
Yeah,
hit
and
them
then
with the
start
fee.
charging them.
So I didn't like that. But to Aquatica's defense,
Mhm.
they did, say no problem.
Yeah, after 15 minutes of
After
going
15 minutes,
back
the
and
manager
forth.
came and we let her know what's up, and she said no problem. So she did let us in. We didn't have to pay.
Yeah.
So I give them that credit.
Yes.
Now the cabanas there, I could be honest, are not Volcano Bay.
Yeah,
Um,
these cabanas, they were worth the price for sure.
yeah, like I
So
said, yeah.
the cabana cost us like it was 285.
Mhm.
And it was definitely worth the 285.
Yeah. These were gazebos that pretty much you
Yes.
could buy offline. They was 30, so was it, but
Mhm.
they weren't like, the chairs and the thing weren't anything that was like, yo, this is really nice,
Yeah, it wasn't anything impressive.
they looked like they were old, the old with the plastic,
Yeah,
the old wicker,
chairs.
plastic wicker
Yeah,
type chairs,
yeah.
nothing was really upgraded.
No.
The only thing they had that was okay was a fridge with water,
Yes,
but
and the fridge wasn't even cooling
it wasn't,
water.
yeah. So it
It was
wasn't,
lukewarm.
it wasn't to up to par, and not even comparing it to Volcano Bay, just them by themselves, it just really wasn't something that was aesthetically pleasing as far as like, when you rent a cabana, you rent it for relaxation, shade,
Mhm.
luxury in a sense, you know what I'm saying, to relax and stuff. Just like if you go to a hotel, you rent one of their, canopies and stuff like
Mhm.
that. They're nice, they're relaxing and stuff like that. I will say that the customer service was not good.
Not at
Maybe one
all.
time during the whole time we were there, somebody came and said,
Came
"You
and say,
okay?"
"Hey, are you you need
Wasn't somebody
anything?"
coming by. One thing about Volcano Bay is, or other places, even hotel resorts, they have somebody assigned to that cabana, to that
Yeah,
canopy,
to that
to
section.
that section. So
Mhm.
that person is always coming around, maybe once a half hour, once an hour,
Mhm.
to make sure you're good, you need anything, things like that. So it wasn't good. And then also I didn't like and I know everything's like this now after COVID, but I really didn't like the scan and order everything on my phone. I would prefer
Yeah, I
the
would
personal touch,
prefer,
somebody to come and say,
somebody
"Hey, what
come
do you
and
want?"
take the
I get if you want
order.
to see the menu, let us
Right.
know, but look on online for the
Yeah,
menu.
I
But
hate
like
having
somebody
to
take
click on a QR code
yeah,
for the
yeah.
menu and then ordering myself.
Exactly. I would, especially if we're paying for a cabana. Like I
Mhm.
get regular service, but if we're paying for this VIP service,
Mhm.
I want VIP all the way, and I at least want somebody to come and take my order at
Yeah.
least.
Mhm.
But that didn't happen, and then since we had 5 people, we got a chair. And they complained about the chair. They said, "Oh, you can't have another
Say it
chair
was,
here.
yeah,
It's a
it's a
safety
safety
hazard
hazard. I don't
and
know
stuff."
how,
So
but no
yeah,
problem.
so
No
which is
problem.
crazy because now if I paid for 2 extra people, right?
Then yeah, where are
Then
they
why
gonna
can't I
sit?
get
Why
two
couldn't
extra
I get two
chairs?
extra chairs? Because I paid for them.
Exactly. So that it seems like that, they don't really have their whole VIP cabana thing lined up well.
Mhm.
So, it is what it is. So, we went there, the day was good. So you want to tell the story or
Well, yeah, I mean, no, I can
okay.
tell the story and sum it up. So we went, and during our stay, we just start hearing all of these different noise. It was very chaotic. So
Mhm.
in every section of the park, you just hear this loud noise.
I thought the
I
celebrity.
don't know what was
And then I
going
saw a whole
on.
bunch of
There
kids. I thought
was there,
celebrity. I thought Chris
yeah,
Brown was in
and
the
then there
building.
was about 200 or 300 kids
Yeah.
just running through the crowd. I mean, just running through, and it didn't care who was in their way. They were just rushing
Yeah,
through.
I thought they was doing
And
an influencer or
yeah, and
somebody at
everyone
first.
on the cabana era, we all stood up because we're like, well, what's going on? What's going on? And then next thing we hear is the park is shutting down. Now, this is a little bit just before 2:30ish,
Yeah.
and they're shutting
And,
everything
and one
down.
thing, let me go back because I do always want to give credit. I do only thing I like about the Cabana area is that it's its own excluded area.
Hmm.
Unlike Volcano Bay and other places where the cabana is with the public, but it's in the back, but
Hmm.
still people can sit right there. One thing I can say about Aquatica is there is a section
Hmm.
just for the cabana, so it's
Right,
not
right.
like regular traffic or
Hmm.
regular people. So I do give them credit for that. That setup is nice, but back to the thing. Yeah, it was crazy because you heard all this commotion going on, right? And so we looked. My son, he's looking, and you see a whole bunch of kids, right? So at first, the way I thought it was just like a celebrity that was in the park,
Right.
and people were following that celebrity
Hmm.
because they're like somebody in the middle. Everybody had their phones out. I was like, okay, who's here? Chris Brown, an influencer from TikTok or somebody here, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I thought that's what it is. But we soon find out that,
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of fights. So
yes.
apparently, not apparently, because it happened, there was so many fights. There was at least 10 fights in the park that all these securities and extra police officers had to be
Oh,
called because
man.
it got
The whole city
so
of
bad.
Orlando, yeah.
There was a fight right in front of my niece and my daughter of
Mhm.
these two girls just going ham. And I don't understand. Then, they shut everything down. Then all of a
Mhm.
sudden we hear on the intercom, and again, this is they're hearing, oh, shut it down, shut it down. So I'm like, shut it down. So maybe it's because, it's been raining and storming last week. So maybe it's because of thunderstorms, right? No, it wasn't that.
Well, they try to say it was
They
because
tried
of
it
thunderstorm.
was, and then when no thunderstorms or when the sky, there was no rain on the sky, everything was blue, blue skies, and it's like, oh, okay. And then you start hearing on the intercom, it was other issues, and then you
Mhm.
start hearing sirens, and then more cops
Oh, sirens
and
and cops.
sirens and cops and sirens and cops, and all you hear was just cops coming and just starting to shout at everyone, kicking everyone out.
Yeah.
So we thought, once they kick out the problems,
Mhm.
that that we would be fine.
Yeah.
because I thought, oh, they'll just reopen the park because it's
And
only
I thought
two,
because we're in the
right?
Cabana
Yeah,
VIP area, we
that
just chill
we're
there.
just chilling
We just
and waiting
relax
for them
because
to open
because
the park.
their Cabana section is not in the main area.
Hmm.
There's no traffic through the
Yeah,
Cabana
there's
area.
none at all.
So we thought, okay, we're just gonna lay here,
Right,
relax.
everybody was
They're gonna kick out
there,
all the
yeah.
riffraff, and then get the
And
park
then
going
yeah,
again.
we'll start. Nope.
Nope.
No,
Nope. Nope.
we start seeing park attendants and police officers just coming to all the cabana areas now. And instead of asking people nicely, no, they started shouting and just treating everyone like we're all
Yeah,
criminals.
they were very aggressive. The cops was
Extremely
very aggressive and
aggressive
rude.
to
Oh, you gotta go
everyone.
now.
You
Come on,
gotta
let's
go.
go.
Get up, get up, get up.
And
I'm
and
like, what is going on?
and I understand, at the end of the day, if they want to evacuate the park and all that, and that's fine. But I didn't like that they were treating the people that, for one, if we're in the Cabana area, we paid VIP, we paid money. We're not out there in the crowd. Obviously, we're not kids.
Hmm.
So why are you shouting at us as we're the criminals, as if we did something? And that was the whole mood, even leaving. So, we packed up and stuff. And just that whole mood, people were like, yo, gotta go, let's go. Like the regular, and it wasn't just us saying that, it was other people as well.
Hmm.
We
Yeah,
didn't do
the other
anything.
people that was in all the cabanas,
Yeah, they're like, we didn't do anything. So why
the
are you
white
shouting
people
at
were
us?
saying the same
Why? Yeah, why are
thing.
you shouting at us? Why are you treating us as if we're the
Yeah,
ones
we're the
doing something?
problem.
We're actually the good ones that bought a cabana with buying by rules and all of that, and you shouting at us like we're the criminals. So we're walking out, and it's just this atmosphere of just very aggressiveness from the cops, even some
And
staff,
the park
and
attendants.
so we get out, and what's so funny, it's like they shut down the park, right? But then you go out to the lobby, the
The
parking
parking
area,
lot.
and you got people playing Sexy Red,
And yeah, they were
twerking, and
twerking,
all
they
that, and
were
cops weren't
fighting,
doing
they were
nothing.
cursing
People were fighting.
and fighting.
There was
Yeah,
people
they weren't
fighting.
doing nothing at first until it started getting way out of hand again. Then you start hearing all the new sirens again.
Mhm.
Then it must have been about 50 cops in that parking lot, pepper spraying, right? Because
They pepper
again,
spray somebody?
yeah, they pepper spray. They
Uh,
had to pepper spray them
oh yeah, yeah,
and throw gas to because they wouldn't move.
yeah.
And it's crazy because they all, trying to get out of the exit, right? Then they want to block the exit, not the cops, talking about
Yo,
the
dudes were
people.
getting out the
They
car,
just get
running
out
to
the
another car,
car,
trying to get number
running.
from
I'm
women,
like, are you
and people were
serious?
beeping like,
And we're like,
"Move!"
come on,
Yeah,
guys.
so
Come on, kids.
people twerking on their trucks,
Yes, on the
playing
truck.
Sexy Red,
And we're
and
like,
you know what I'm
everybody's trying to
saying,
get out.
and we were
And
trying to
here they
get
go
out.
blocking the
It
exits.
was crazy. But then so our niece, who came down from West Palm Beach, she actually is on social media. She's around the age, so she let us know what was going on. Apparently, it's these group of people, young people,
Mm-hmm.
that actually say, "Hey, let's go to these parks
Mm-hmm.
and fight and do all
Yeah,
this
and just
stuff
cause
and
ruckus.
cause
Mm-hmm.
ruckus." Even afterwards, she's part of, she knows all these people, and she was showing us Instagram of the same people that at the park were at a party fighting,
Yeah.
drinking. The same
They're all
people,
underage
all
now. Because she
underage
said they're
now,
part of the
and
like track
because
meets.
they track
Yeah.
meets and all this other stuff, and they announced what we found out was what they announced where they're going to be,
Yeah.
and people go there and fight. And apparently this happened at track meets as well.
Yeah,
People do
this is
the
some type
sports,
of
and they
weird
fight
stuff.
and stuff like that. And it's just this. It seems like this culture for these young people to do that, which that's another subject. We're not gonna get into it. This
Mhm.
is Aquatica review, but we're just about our day. But besides that, the only issue I had with but okay, let's continue. So my wife, she writes a letter.
Well, I emailed them.
Mhm.
I emailed the guest services in Aquatica again because it was a very unpleasant experience, and
Mhm.
I laid everything out in the letter, and of course, letting them know that we will not be back to Aquatica. So I asked for a full refund, and I say I do not need a park voucher because I don't have any intentions of ever going back to Aquatica. I am right back to my bougie Volcano Bay with my cushy, expensive cabana. Yes, I am.
Yeah, and to their defense, they actually did give us A full refund.
Actually, yeah. So the manager, she actually emailed me and and we scheduled a time to call and she did. She called and she actually was very apologetic. She was extremely sorry about the situation. And she say that, this is something that they didn't know about, they didn't plan. And to her defense and to Aquatica defense, I told her I completely understand that. Things that are way out of your control.
Yeah.
And thank goodness OPD was there,
Hmm.
within seconds or
Yeah, yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
And they dispatched so many cops, so many police officers to kind of,
You couldn't rob the
control
bank
the
in Orlando
crowd.
because they were all
Oh
at
yeah, to
Aquatica.
control the crowd, which
Hmm.
which is great.
Yeah.
But the tone,
Yeah.
that was set from the attendants, the park attendants that work there, and of course the police officers treating everyone as if criminals, and then the lack of information, that we received. No one received actual real information as to what's going on. We didn't know if our lives were in danger. We
Hmm.
didn't know if there is, someone with weapons around. I mean, it was just so chaotic.
Yeah, it
Nobody
was.
explained anything except just kicking us out. And then we get to the parking lot, it's more chaos,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So then it was a lot of confusion. So I told her I completely understand that. So a long story short, they did provide us with a full refund and also, apologize over and over for that situation. And they say that they will have some guardrails in place so stuff like this does not happen again, which I hope they do. Have some new policies and guardrails in place. I mean, we cannot sit here and profile people, but this is a situation where you got to profile these type of people.
Yeah, and I definitely have to say I don't think they eternally handled the situation well. I think there's
No.
still some things involved at Aquatica that they need to
Yeah.
really up. Their customer service needs to be better. Their
Hmm.
communication for their services
Yeah.
need to be better. But I do say that their response to us and our complaints where I appreciate them giving a full refund
Yeah,
because
it was
I
resolved
think
in my
I
case.
think that when anything is done bad and you made a mistake, you do everything to make the
To correct
customer
that mistake,
exactly.
yeah.
And to me, I was gonna be done with Aquatica, but when they gave the full refund, I said, okay. Now I know that I would go to Aquatica again, but I would go at a time where one, I know that school is in and that type of crowd is not going to be there. The park itself is a nice park,
It
so
is, it's a nice part.
it's not a ghetto looking park.
No, 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 it's a nice
It's a
part.
nice park. It's a nice setting.
Mhm.
It's a little more cluttered than Volcano Bay.
Yeah,
It's a little tighter,
because
cluttered,
yeah,
but
it's much more
it's still nice.
smaller, but it's a nice
And
park.
for the money, it's
Yeah, you get
definitely
what you
worth
pay
you
for.
exactly. So it's nice, has good rides, has a
Mhm.
lazy river, it has it has all the things that the other water parks have. So it's not one, it's not like a ghetto version of
Mm-mm,
nothing.
no.
It's a good park. I just think the day we went was
Yeah,
a bad
it was a
day.
bad day.
But overall, if that didn't happen, and we didn't get our money back and they didn't do it properly, I still would say maybe out of a 5, I would give them a 2,
Mhm.
just because of the customer service we received
Yeah.
from the confusion with the cabana and the lack of service of the cabana. But I have to bump that up to maybe a 3,
Mhm.
3.5, because even though they did make mistakes, they did rectify us and made us whole and said, you know what? They didn't even argue and say, oh, we'll give you a partial out. No, they said, no problem. We'll give you a full refund for everything. And they
Mhm.
did that. So, I tip my hat off to Aquatica for how they handled it afterwards. I just think they need to start work on their customer service a little bit better,
Yeah.
and I think it is a thing of screening, being aware, because I think that these kids that they announce where they're going to be, and they need to be more. Maybe their
Yeah,
PR
people, yeah,
people
more on social
of like who's
media.
coming,
Yeah.
who are these people that are coming
To
and stuff
cause
like that.
trouble.
Exactly, because obviously these kids want to cause
Yeah,
trouble.
they
They
want
want
to
to fight.
target parks.
They want to do things. So um at any time, any of those situations can get dangerous. And, in a sense of, oh, we're gonna get together and wild out is different for everybody. And
Mhm.
that could have went from somebody just fights to somebody getting hurt or getting
Yeah,
shot
or getting
or
shot
because you don't know
because
what they have in the parking lot.
exactly.
You can get into Aquatica and park and have a whole bunch of guns in your car
Mhm.
before you enter the park. And if they go into the parking lot, they could be shooting up people in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
So, yeah.
I think they just need to do a better PR job on their social media to see, what's going on. But
Yeah, see who's, how they're being targeted. It's easy. It's easy. It's not that
I'm
hard.
not gonna say
It's
easy,
not that
easy.
hard. It's not that
But
hard to
but
see,
I think that they
being
should be.
targeted.
I just
Yeah.
think they should be a little bit more
Yeah,
aware of
hire social
like
media
who's
person.
coming to
Mhm.
your park. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? People are announcing, "Hey, let's go to
Yeah, if they're
Quad." You know what I'm
announcing, yeah,
saying?
exactly.
Then
Monitor that.
then check it out a little. But like I said,
and, and
but even if they
and
do
have
you,
police officers there.
but even if you do, you still could never know. So
No, you
so at the end of the day,
can.
you could never know. Even if you say, okay, target these 5 people that we feel are, but as you saw there was hundreds of
It was
kids there.
hundreds, and that's what I'm
So
saying.
you can't.
That's what I'm saying. You can't, but this would be a teachable moment,
Yes,
as
I believe so.
now they know the situation.
Now
Now
they
they
know.
know
Hmm.
that this is what these kids are doing this summer. So you need to have guardrails in place. So you need to make sure there are rules and procedures in place. If you need to have, 50 police officers there, then that's what you do. Right?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So but like I said, overall, I do give SeaWorld. I do say
Aquatica.
I'm sorry, Aquatica. I do give them a positive
Yeah, I'll give them, if
because
anybody's looking
yeah,
for a park to go
and it's
to
cheaper if you come to
that's
Orlando.
reasonable,
Yeah,
then you can certainly go
yeah.
there. I hear they do have the at glow thing at night,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
pretty
that looks
cool.
pretty cool to be
Yeah,
honest.
so
And to
like I
be
say,
honest, I think one time this summer, I think I want to try that because I think it's like what $40 or something like
yeah,
that. It's
for
not
this
expensive.
at glow
Yeah, they have like
stuff.
the
Yeah,
lazy river. They have neon lights through
yeah,
the whole
neon
park,
lights.
and they
Yeah,
have
yeah,
experience of their lazy river with all these type of accent lights and
neon.
neon
Yeah,
lights
so
and
that looks
so
pretty
it's
pretty
pretty cool.
cool
Yeah, yeah.
for people to do.
So at the end of the day, if you're in Orlando, you're looking for something cheap and you don't have Volcano Bay or Universal or Disney money like that, then Aquatica is definitely an
Yeah,
affordable
Aquatica is
choice.
a good choice.
And definitely go at a time where school is not in.
Hmm.
Go when school is in. I mean, you know what I'm saying. So
Well,
now you're gonna get a different crowd
right,
there.
right.
That in the summertime, with this cheapness, it tends to attract a different caliber of people. So,
Yep.
and I ain't talking about black people. You know what I'm saying? Because
No, there were white people
it's white
fighting
people.
too.
It was white people fighting
There
too.
were
So
ratchet
yeah,
white people fighting too.
I want to make that clear because people be like, oh,
No,
them damn
there
black
were
people.
ratchet
No, it was white
people
people, Puerto
fighting.
Ricans.
There
It's just
were,
a
yes,
crowd of young people.
there was
It
a crowd
wasn't
of young
just black people.
just
Okay.
causing ruckus.
Okay, yeah. So I want to make that
No
clear
home training.
because I want nobody to be like, oh man, they a couple of Critics don't like black people.
Well, you sure enough did say go chain with dreads.
So a white
from
person can't have
fighting.
that.
What white person can?
Yo,
You
yo,
know
yo,
what?
yo, yo, yo,
See,
yo, yo,
see,
yo, yo.
see, you're always starting something.
I know I am. Let me stop. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate y'all. This review of Aquatica. Check out go to our social medias, couple of critics reviews. Check out Becca's Corner. She got a couple of podcasts that are up and some reviews. Go to our website, you know what I'm saying? Check out all of our reviews. And if you have any reviews you want us to do, you have a product, a show, or whatever you do, you want us to review it, hit us
Reach out
up.
to us.
And we're gonna be honest about it. We're not gonna lie. We ain't gonna
Mhm.
sugarcoat it. And we're not gonna take a payment and you give us a good no. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna do an honest review. We're gonna stay to it. I mean, depending on like if it's like a lot of money, thousands
We're
upon
gonna do an
thousands.
honest review.
I mean, but if they give us thousands of dollars, I could, say positive something, for $5,000. Anyway, no, I will not compromise my integrity under 10,000. Anyway, so so definitely check out our webpage. Let us know, and until next time, people.
Bye.